I find that I am two things, a poem and a body, with limbs of letters and bright movements in the syntax.
Our lives are
This
filled with
heart
beautiful
beats upon the
inconsistencies,
curvature.
always changing. Our worlds are shifting imperceptibly, crashing like the distant waters far from our landlocked minds.
We
Our
are
fault
taught
lines do
that
not
life
define
is
us.
ours for the taking, that we should make the most of what is given to us. But truly we have little power in our own lives. We are spectators of life.
Stars show their faces every night. Regardless of cloudy skies, they can somewhere be seen emblazoned against the sky in the dark. But not at all of their own
Larry
volition.
is driving fast, dodging in and out of rush hour traffic, and I'm crashing in the passenger seat, closing my eyes every time she switches lanes. There's something about the car's broken burning heat drying out my mouth.
hollow palms, you lift your curious hands to address the creases that I cloak in velvet and gold, like an archaeologist, excavating skulls to find bones like my own. But more often, words peek
rewrites
out
each
from
reality
the
we have
bottom
lived.
of our dresser.
Forging our futures in remembrance of our past.
We
We are our
social
own,
regulations
nothing
and
but names.
conventions. We must fit the molds laid out for us by our parents, our teachers, and friends. But life isn't a map laid out with
somewhere,
neat dotted
be it
lines.
divine design or scientific intervention, predestined those motions. It's a script they have to follow. It's how they're programmed. We're not like that. Humans,
We just bought in
we're
exchange
bright.
for another hour of our needed sleep that starts to get to me. I fall silent, considering what a waste of time it is to experience just for the sake of telling stories.
And shadows bless its pale craters. The blind man on a subway paints 1,000 strokes for me when he brushes my shoulder.
And products of our minds.
There is
Masters of our
We
fate.
have no compass to guide us when we get lost. Instead, we walk on dark roads where we can see only a few paces in front of ourselves.
But I'm not so sure. I hear travel where you're young and don't waste any time you own, but what's the point of leaving if it always
like
leaves you?
Ptolemy and Copernicus,
We're the
we
apprentices.
sit, painstakingly creating the most beautiful masterpieces that will one day document the paths our lives take.
my stainless until you draw grids on my flesh to outline my emerald pores. Lines that suspend a magnifying glass over my skin to punctuate my big songs perforating the surface of an empty silence that settles around him like a tent when he was scared to
follow
hear the
these
sound.
paths, hoping that they will lead us close to where we want to be, or where it is that we were taught that we
Constantly
want to be.
evolving. Like the maps of the universe from ancient Greece. We no longer follow the geocentric or self-centric models. Just like we are
constant
no longer
destination
the
always
children.
changing. Looking for a way out and escape keeps you only tied to fear and desperation. If you can't embrace where you already are, no amount of travel will help you start. I've always said I hated highways, but I always
surrounded my veins for you to unravel in your phantom fingers, and by January you had smoothly arranged them into systematic roads carbonating all around us. And you followed these paths that you had memorized. There is poetry in all you weary mothers, and you fathers far away, big-handed with portal palms.
We mature, all the while forging the paths that no one will ever be able to force us off of. No one can dispute the strokes of ink that we place on scrolls. We are not kept on a timer like the stars, and we shine brighter because of it.
Chronicled by sinking pushpins in places where there are thorn bushes, and circling landmarks where there are flowers. Our bodies hold poets because we are apprentices of
We are the apprentices of our
We are apprentices of our
We are apprentices of our
we're the apprentices to our
We are all apprentices.
We are apprentices of our own cartography.